Skinamarink. Let's talk about the movie that has everybody talking, whether you liked it, whether you hated it. It definitely has gone on a very good run. A movie that cost only $15,000 has gone on to gross over $800,000 at the box office. So definitely a big win, I think, for indie horror and just indie movies in general that try to take a different approach in doing things as how they've been done for many years. Very experimental. Like I said in my review, I wouldn't recommend this to everybody. I would only recommend it if you like slow burners, if you like experimental, or just want something new. But if you're looking for a conventional horror, this is probably not going to be your cup of tea. But let's talk about the ending, the meaning, and everything behind this movie now that it's been out for some time. And let's talk about it. So that's what we're going to do here. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We're on the road to 30,000 subscribers, and we also are still trying to fund our we're also still trying to fund our Indiegogo slasher down below, so go check it out in the description. So Skinamarink takes place in a house with two young children who are all alone, Kevin and Kaylee. They're trying to find their father. They were playing hide and seek, and now everything seems to just be going bad. The house is sort of like shifting. There's doors, there's windows missing and disappearing. Everything seems to be ever changing, and there's an entity that is speaking to them, telling them things, and not just good things at all, just very, very horrible, vile things. So by the end of the movie, we see that none of the kids are going to survive. We see that the first one to go is actually Kaylee with a knife to her eye, and then her mouth disappears at a point as well. Now, the thing with Skinamarink that makes it very scary, I feel, is that you don't really see any of this happen, but you hear the blood-curdling screams of the children as this happens, and you get a quick glimpse of Kaylee without her mouth. Eventually, we do see Kevin is the next to meet his fate, but we don't see exactly what happens to Kevin. We just see blood splatter everywhere, and that's pretty much how it ends right there. So there's some imagery as well that we also see throughout of the entity doing what it does, from making the toys levitate to also seeing how it makes things disappear. A shape of the entity appears at a certain point, and we don't really know exactly what's going on, right? So there's many theories, many thoughts on what is happening here. So we know that the father is missing out of this whole picture. We don't know exactly what happened to the father. Could the entity have taken the father at some point as well? That's a big question, and something I would definitely believe if you're going down that theory. Another theory is possibly that this is all in Kevin's head and he's sort of having this nightmare. Some people have theorized that it could be that Kevin is maybe in a coma having this nightmare, as we did see that he apparently fell, had an accident on the stairs. And I kind of really think about this theory a lot, considering the fact that if he is in a coma and he's sort of trapped in his own body, it could kind of be like a way to symbolize all of this, that he is trapped in his body. As we know that he did have this accident at the beginning, he had been known to be a sleepwalker as well, and apparently we could be hearing all of these like voices of Kaylee, of his father, all throughout of the entity as he is in this hospital, wherever he may be. That's a good theory, and I really do align with that theory very well, that this could all possibly be him being in a coma of sorts after falling from the stairs and something happening. I think that there is a lot definitely to unpack in this movie, from the imagery and everything. There's a point where we see that the house is just by itself and there's just complete darkness all over it. Many people thought that the entity could be the mother who was having a manic episode of sorts and has like shut off all the lights and just has that one TV on. But then again, why would the doors and everything be missing? You know, I think there is definitely more to this in the supernatural realm of things than thinking that there is actually like a human antagonist here. So I do believe that there is definitely something that has taken control over Kevin. I think Kevin is the main one that the entity's after, because Kevin's the one that's saved for last. And I do really agree with the fact that it's very important to take into note at the beginning of the movie that Kevin actually did fall down the stairs. So I really think that he is definitely in some sort of like he could either gotten knocked out and he's in some nightmare, or he could be in a coma, and it would kind of represent what he's like feeling inside his body, where he's just hearing voices, he's in darkness, all of that. So I definitely do think that Skinamarink is a little bit much deeper. We definitely won't know any of this until the director comes out and says what is Skinamarink all about? I mean, of course, it is always about the childhood fear of like waking up in the middle of the night all by yourself. You want to go get that cup of water, and it's dark. There's noises, there's creakings, there's like shadows, and things are forming in the dark as your eyes are getting adjusted. It is just taking that childhood fear and amplifying it on the big screen, and for that we have to give it credit. Like I said, this is not everybody's cup of tea. I don't recommend it to everybody because I know that a lot of people were sort of duped in a way by a lot of these sites that were writing about it, saying it's the scariest movie of all time and blah blah blah. I'm not here to do that to you. I'm here to tell you the truth. This is definitely, if you love experimental horror, if you like a good sensory horror, something that's different, new, slow burn, all of that, it is definitely the movie to check out. Especially if you just love horror in general and like to check out different types of horror, this is it. But if you're looking for that conventional horror that we get every year, that has the sort of like build up, the antagonist, the final girls, all that good stuff, this is not the horror. This is definitely something different, but I still would recommend it if you're a big fan of horror or just experimental film in general. Overall, like I said, the movie is definitely, I think, one to keep on dissecting. We can talk more about it, make more videos about it if you want. Let me know in the comments down below. And keep on talking about the imagery as well, because the cartoons, everything, I think there's a lot to unpack there. So if you want more videos on Skinamarink, let me know in the comments down below. But as always, that is going to do it for me. Like I said, amazing how this movie was $15,000 to make, went on to make over $800,000 at the box office, and probably will still keep going. I think it's coming to streaming in about 2 weeks. So if you haven't had the chance to check out Skinamarink, definitely check it out when it comes on streaming. But that's going to do it for us. We are still trying to get to 30,000 subscribers, so go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell. Make sure that you check out our Indiegogo. We are trying to fund right now our horror slasher film down below. We have a couple of days. We probably will extend the deadline because we do want to raise that money. So any donation or share goes a long way. Really would appreciate any help we can get to get this done. We are also going to do a video on missing this week, and we have some more stuff planned out for the week as well. We'll probably do our live later on as well, so stay tuned for that. But as always, that is going to do it for us. Make sure you follow us on social media. Make sure that you are hitting that subscribe button. Make sure that you're hitting the notification bell. Let us know what you thought about Skinamarink. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? And what movies are you planning to check out this week? Again, I really recommend Missing, and I'll talk more about that. But we have a review up already if you want to go check it out. That is definitely the movie to check out this weekend. But as always, I'll see all of you next time. Stay safe, stay positive.